আসসালামু আলাইকুম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহি ওয়া বারাকাতুহু। ওয়েস্টফোর্ড ইমিগ্রেশন সার্ভিসেসের পক্ষ থেকে আমি রেগুলেটেড ক্যানাডিয়ান ইমিগ্রেশন কনসালটেন্ট মোহাম্মদ আশিকুর রহমান বরাবরের মতো আপনাদের সবাইকে জানাচ্ছি স্বাগতম। Today with us we have our regional manager South Asia for University of Regina, Mr. Sandeep Chopra. Sandeep, thank you very much for joining this live session. I do believe that many of the aspiring students who are actually who always look forward to study in one of the top U15 universities are going to be immensely benefited from today's session. Thank you so much for taking your time and joining us.
Thank you very much, 𝐸𝐴𝐴𝐵, for calling me today for this live session. It's a pleasure to have a discussion with you, talking about the University of Regina, our programs, our requirements, our scholarships, and if you're looking to settle in Canada, what are your options available?
Excellent, excellent. So we are inviting comments from the students. If you have any questions, you can keep questioning in whichever platform you are currently connected with us. যে যেখানেই আপনারা যেই কানেকশন থেকে বা যেই প্ল্যাটফর্ম থেকে আমাদের সাথে জয়েন আছেন না কেন, সেটা ইউটিউব হোক, আমাদের গ্রুপ হোক, অথবা আমাদের পেজ হোক, যে যেখান থেকেই আছেন, আপনারা কিন্তু চাইলে কমেন্ট করতে পারেন এবং আপনাদের যে সকল প্রশ্নগুলো আছে সেই প্রশ্নগুলো আপনারা চাইলে করতে পারেন। বরাবরের মতোই স্যাটারডে নাইট লাইভে যেমন আমি যে বিভিন্ন রকমের প্রশ্নগুলো নিয়ে থাকি, সেই প্রশ্নগুলো অনুসারে আপনারা যদি চান তো তাহলে বাংলাতেও চাইলে কোশ্চেন করতে পারেন এবং পরবর্তীতে আমি সেই কোশ্চেনগুলো সন্দীপকে ইংরেজিতে করব এবং এগুলো নিয়ে আপনারা আপনাদের কোশ্চেনের অ্যান্সারগুলো পাবেন। So Sandeep, to cut to the chase, first of all, thank you very much for the session with the Vice Chancellor last night. We really got to know many exciting news, and we were particularly actually thankful and interested to know your particular comments or your particular focus towards the Bangladeshi market, right? So if you could tell something about how University of Regina is going to overall benefit and attract the Bangladeshi students in particular, and what are the offers they're providing as a whole?
Okay, perfect. Thank you, 𝐸𝐴𝐵. Like for just like in a meeting yesterday, if you remember from the President's word and the AVP, Mr. Dr. Harun Rashid, he clearly mentioned that he has never visited a country twice in 3 months. So Bangladesh is the only country that he's visited in 2 times in just 3 months. So you can understand the focus of the university. We're looking for students coming from Bangladesh. We have a huge Bangladeshi community in Regina, and we would like to invite more students to come and study at the university, which is a top 15 Canadian university. We have very simple requirements, which is just 50% and above average required in the core courses. And in order to attract students from Bangladesh, just like you heard it yesterday, we have launched a special scholarship of up to 80,000 Canadian dollars only for students coming from Bangladesh. So that
80,000 in value.
Scholarship. Yes, 80,000
incredible.
Canadian dollars in value.
Yes.
Exactly. That's one of the biggest.
If you could actually explain on how the students, the aspiring students, particularly the undergrad ones, that can actually be benefited and take 80,000 in value, to be honest. How that 80,000, we are actually coming to the number of 80,000, to be honest.
Sure. The 80,000 Canadian dollars is spread over 4 years. So each year, 20,000 Canadian dollars. Of course, you need to maintain a particular percentage, which is 80% Canadian 1 year. So if you are one of the students who has all A+s in your Bangla board, you would be one of the students who could be eligible for this scholarship of up to 80,000 Canadian dollars. And this is just one of the scholarships. We have some other scholarships available, but not, of course, to the value of 80,000 Canadian dollars. This is an exclusive for the distinct students who have done a great job in their high school, and we would like to appreciate their work and encourage them to apply at the University of Regina.
This is an excellent opportunity. I do understand, because in most universities, the tuition cost actually ranges from $19,000 to onwards. and in particular in Regina for the bachelor study, mostly the what I have seen so far, that mostly in most programs the tuition cost ranges between 23 to 25, and if a student can potentially get 80,000 in value for 4 years, it really takes off much of the burden, much of the stress, the economic stress from the students, and they can also and what we have heard last night from the AVP, that they can also actually get the co-op opportunities, and they can work and they can earn that, which will actually contribute to their overall tuition cost too.
Exactly.
If you could kindly actually shed on the co-op opportunities and how the students can actually benefit from that, because not in many kind of programs we get these co-op opportunities.
Yes, thank you, Ashikar Bhai. Thank you for bringing it up. The co-ops are available in our business, arts, science, and engineering programs. It gives unique opportunity for the student. It begins in the second year of the program. So it lasts for 4 months, second year, third year, and the fourth year. So students get an opportunity to have a work experience in their field of education of up to 1 year, even before they graduate. So that's one big advantage, which helps them to find employment as well right after completion, because usually companies prefer having someone like the example the AVP used. Company would rather take someone who has experience rather than someone who doesn't have, right? So this co-ops gives an opportunity for students to get full-time employment right on completion of the program. Second big opportunity is that student can earn up to 14,000 Canadian dollars in just the 4 months while they're doing the co-op. So that's a lot of money as well. 14,000 in just 4 months. If you do your math, remaining 8 months plus your scholarship, there is a lot of things that you can do at the University of Regina.
Excellent. So, Sandeep, I want to talk about the dorm facilities. Actually, we all know that the University of Regina actually has excellent student dorm facilities, which many of the students or many of the parents oftentimes they are pretty concerned that Saskatchewan being one of the a bit harsh weather cities, how the overall commute and how the dorm facility actually can help the students. If you could shed some light on that, please.
Of course, thank you again. So we have rooms available on campus. So if you want to come and live on campus, at basically our rooms are what do we say? On campus housing is basically a fully furnished apartments usually. So it starts from a range of around 600 to 700 Canadian dollars. So that is a decent range for a single room for a single student. And your question was pertaining to like how many students. We can probably accommodate most of our students international. If you want a room, we can definitely assist you finding accommodation on campus. All our rooms are fully furnished, and everything is included if you live on campus. Also, the rooms are interconnected to the university campus. So if you just want to go and attend the class, you can maybe just get a 5 minutes before the class, maybe take a shower, hopefully, and you can just go and attend the class.
All right, so I'll just explain the whole thing in Bangla for the future audiences that are going to join or who are going to listen to this video later on. So মূলত সন্দীপ যেটা বললো সেটা হচ্ছে যে এই যে ডর্ম ফ্যাসিলিটি গুলো হচ্ছে ইউআর আছে, এই ডর্ম ফ্যাসিলিটি গুলো যেই বিল্ডিং এর ক্লাসগুলো হয় সেই বিল্ডিং এর সাথে ইন্টারকানেক্টেড। তার মানে হচ্ছে সাসকেচুয়ানে অনেকেই হচ্ছে যে অনেক সময় চিন্তা ভাবনা করেন যে ওখানে তো আসলে উইন্টারটা 6 মাস তো অনেক হার্শ উইন্টার থাকে, সো তখন হচ্ছে যে আসলে যাওয়া আসাটা কিভাবে হবে বা কি সিস্টেম। বেশিরভাগ আমাদের আন্ডারগ্রেড যে সকল স্টুডেন্ট আছে তাদের জন্য যে হাউজিং যে ফ্যাসিলিটিটা সেটা হচ্ছে যে ইন ক্যাম্পাস যে হাউজিং ফ্যাসিলিটি সেটা যদি তারা অ্যাভেল করে থাকে, সকালবেলা উঠে সন্দীপ ইজ বেসিক্যালি সেইং যে ওরা জাস্ট হচ্ছে যে গোসল টোসল করে সুন্দর মতো চলে যেতে পারবে, মানে ভারী জামা কাপড় অথবা স্নো বুট বা এই ধরনের কোনো রকম কোনো ভেজাল ভারী কি কোনো কিছু পোহানো লাগছেই না, বিকজ ইউর where your class is going to happen, ক্লাস যেখানে হবে আর তুমি যেখানে থাকবা সেই পুরো জায়গাগুলো হচ্ছে ইন্টারকানেক্টেড। সো আরামসে যাওয়া আসা, পার্টিকুলারলি যারা হচ্ছে যে ফিমেল স্টুডেন্ট যারা আছে, পার্টিকুলারলি অনেক সময় দেখা যায় কি যে আমাদের ফিমেল স্টুডেন্টস যারা আছে তারা হচ্ছে যে ওভারঅল সিকিউরিটি এবং অন্যান্য অনেক বিষয় নিয়ে কনসার্ন থাকে, অথবা তাদের জন্য আসলে অত শক্তভাবে জিনিসপত্রগুলো বা বাইরে থেকে যাওয়া আসার ব্যাপারগুলো নিয়ে অনেক সময় অনেক কনসার্ন থাকে। তাদের জন্য কিন্তু এটা আরো বেশি ভালো সুযোগ, আরো ইটস এন এক্সেলেন্ট অপরচুনিটি ফ্রম দ্যাট রিগার্ড। সো অফকোর্স সিকিউরিটি পারপাস যদি বলি, অফকোর্স কনভিনিয়েন্স পারপাস যদি বলি, যে ওভারঅল যে টাইমটা লাগছে অন্য যে কোনো একটা জায়গা থেকে হচ্ছে যে ভার্সিটি পর্যন্ত কমিউট করতে যে একটা সময়ের একটা প্রয়োজন হয় অথবা যে কষ্টের দরকার হয়, সেই কষ্টগুলো যেমন বেঁচে যাবে, ঠিক তেমনি হচ্ছে এই সুযোগ সুবিধাগুলো পাওয়া যাবে। Thank you, Sandeep. Another thing that that really caught me, to be honest, in last night's session, that was the vice chancellor was or the vice chancellor sir or someone else was saying that the dorm meal plan, the meal plan is kind of like all you can eat. Is that so?
Yes, that's right. So we have a $15 dorm plan. So basically per meal, $15, which is basically very, very decent. And when, like for Canada, I can tell you which is one of the best meal service that we offer on campus for a student, that the student can take up if they want, if they are happy to cook by themselves, or if they want to live and work outside, that is an option available as well. But that is what the AVP said as well. It costs around $15 Canadian for the meal. Yeah, it's all you can eat as well.
This actually, to be honest, presents a very excellent opportunity, because I do know that the University of Regina meal plan, they do keep a good eye on the overall nutrition value and everything, and a good mix of overall fooding and stuff, which actually takes care of the students' health and overall physical well-being. And the students also will have the freedom or the opportunity to make their own meal if they want. Oftentimes we do find that whichever common meals that if they are not up to my appetite or up to my liking, I would like the flexibility, the opportunity to cook my cheat meal or my desired meals, and that opportunity will still be there. But at the same time, you can take the excellent opportunity of taking the nutritious meals from the University of Regina. So খাওয়া দাওয়া নিয়ে বেসিক্যালি যারা আমরা হচ্ছে যে গার্জিয়ানরা আছি, একটা বড় একটা চিন্তা ভাবনা থাকে যে বাচ্চারা কেমন খাওয়া দাওয়া করছে অথবা ওখানে খাওয়া দাওয়াটা ঠিক মতো হবে কিনা। সেই খাওয়া দাওয়া নিয়েও কিন্তু ইনশাআল্লাহ কোনো রকম কোনো টেনশন বা কোনো রকম কোনো চিন্তা করতে হবে না। সো ওভারঅল থাকা এবং খাওয়া অ্যাপার্ট ফ্রম স্টাডি, যে দুইটা হচ্ছে যে মেইন যেই চিন্তা ভাবনাগুলো, সেই চিন্তা ভাবনার বেশিরভাগগুলোই কিন্তু হচ্ছে যে টেক কেয়ার হয়ে যাচ্ছে। তো yes, Sandeep, please.
Just wanted to add to this, because we have many colleagues from Bangladesh who has joined this event. So just to let you know, everyone who is there, like we have a very big Bangladeshi community, strong Bangladeshi affluent community in Regina. Last year we had an iftar party on campus, and we had over 5,000 Bangladeshi people only from Bangladesh who had attended on campus. So it's a huge, if you consider in terms of number of people from Bangladesh, it's big. They are very supportive of the Bangladeshi community, and they will support you as a student once you come and arrive on campus as well. So this is a great opportunity for you. Take advantage of coming and studying in Canada, especially at the University of Regina.
Excellent. সো জাস্ট বাংলায় যদি এটা হচ্ছে যে বলি, আমাদের বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটি ইন পার্টিকুলার সবচেয়ে বড় যে কমিউনিটি আমাদের টরন্টোতে আছে, আমাদের ভ্যানকুভারে আছে এবং আমাদের রেজাইনাতে আছে, এবং অনেকেই আছে আমাদের মধ্যে এখানে পার্টিকুলারলি রিলিজিয়াস কনসার্ন যারা আছে মুসলিম, এবং যারা হচ্ছে মুসলিম কৃষ্টি কালচারে এবং এই পার্টিকুলার ওয়েতে লাইফস্টাইলে যারা হচ্ছে ইয়া করতে চায়। খুব ভাইব্রেন্ট আমাদের একটা কমিউনিটি, বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটি কিন্তু ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ রেজাইনাতে এক্সিস্ট করে, এবং ওদের যে অফিসিয়াল যে পেজগুলো আছে, ফেসবুক পেজ এবং অন্যান্য যে সকল জায়গাগুলো আছে, সেখানে গেলেও কিন্তু সন্দীপ যেটা বলছিল যে লাস্ট রোজাতে তারা কিন্তু একটা ইফতার পার্টি অ্যারেঞ্জ করেছিল, যেখানে কিন্তু আমাদের ওভারঅল কমিউনিটির প্রায় 5,000 মানুষজন হচ্ছে যে এসে এনজয় করেছিলেন। সো ওভারঅল আমি সবসময় পার্টিকুলারলি বলি আমাদের পিআর এর পার্সপেক্টিভেও যারা হচ্ছে যে পার্মানেন্ট রেসিডেন্সি প্রোগ্রামগুলোতে যান, তাদের জন্য অনেক সময় দেখা যায় বয়স এবং অন্যান্য ক্ষেত্রে পার্সপেক্টিভে এসআইএনপি থাকে হচ্ছে তাদের পছন্দের শীর্ষে। আর এই বাংলাদেশি একটা খুবই স্ট্রং এবং অনেক বড় একটা এই কমিউনিটিটা থাকাটা ওভারঅল আমাদের যে কোনো ব্যাপারে, সেটা হোক নেটওয়ার্কিং, হোক জব, অথবা হোক যে কোনো আদার অপরচুনিটি ফাইন্ডিং, এটাতে কিন্তু একটা বড় পজিটিভ ইম্প্যাক্ট রাখে এবং আমাদের মানসিকভাবেও কিন্তু একটা বড় স্বস্তিদায়ক একটা ব্যাপার। At the same time, I would just like to stress that Saskatchewan and Manitoba, we already know that these two provinces are actually very much flexible in their immigration chances. Being a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, I would really want to stress on that, because in particularly in Saskatchewan, whenever you study in there, you do get additional 5 points for studying in any of the DLIs in Saskatchewan. At the same time, for work experience, for 1 year work experience, you get another 5 points as well. And of course, since you have been groomed in Saskatchewan, so you are automatically a bit and get into an advantageous situation over there. So overall, in terms of settlement, which is one of the prime concerns for all the students who actually want to settle for a good life, I really do think that Saskatchewan and overall University of Regina offers an exclusive and exciting opportunity. Sandeep, I would like to take some questions from the audience, if you
Sure.
wouldn't mind.
Sure.
Yeah. So one of our audience, Anjana Ghosh from Facebook, she asked, what is the tuition fees of Regina in undergraduate engineering programs?
So thank you so much, Anjana, for your question. So our average tuition fees, Canadian dollars, is 20,500 for any program. However, especially for engineering program, maybe the engineering program sometimes goes 4 to 4.5 years. Okay, it may extend up to 4.5 years. It's a little more like intense program. So therefore, it might get extended to 4.5 years. But each year, average Canadian dollars 20,500 is our average fees for each program.
Wow, excellent. Another question, though it's not actually regarding undergrad, but if you know, you can just answer.
Yes,
That
we do
is,
accept.
Yes.
We do
So
accept
PT is
PT
accepted.
Yes, we do accept PT as well. 59 overall, no band less than 59.
Excellent. So 59 overall and no band less than 59. আমি নিজেও বিভিন্ন সময় লাইভে কিন্তু এই কথাটা বলে থাকি যে ওভারঅল 59 এর নিচে যদি না থাকে কোনো ব্যান্ডে, তো তাহলে কিন্তু শুধুমাত্র মাস্টার্স দিয়ে পিটি দিয়ে কিন্তু শুধুমাত্র ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ রেজাইনা না, আরো ক্যানাডিয়ান অনেক ইউনিভার্সিটিজ আছে যেগুলোতে কিন্তু আপনারা অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করতে পারবেন। অফকোর্স আমাদের যে ভিসা অফিস, সেখান থেকে আইএলটিএস এর কথাটা এক্সপ্লিসিটলি বলা থাকলেও আমার নিজেরই হচ্ছে যে 6 জন পিটি দেওয়া স্টুডেন্ট আছেন যারা অলরেডি হচ্ছে যে কানাডাতে আছেন। সো পিটি দিয়েও অফকোর্স ভিসা হয়। অনেকের যেটা হচ্ছে যে চিন্তা ভাবনা থাকে, এবং আপনারা অফকোর্স পিটি দিয়ে ভিসা অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করতে পারবেন, এবং আমাদের অনেক সাকসেস স্টোরি আছে এই ব্যাপারে। Another question. Sohana has been asking from YouTube that please say about master's programs.
Okay, that would be great. I mean, I'm just gonna not talk too much about it, but I would like to brief you a little bit about it. Master's program at the University of Regina are one of the top programs that we have across all Canada. It offers, we have programs across science, business, education. Those are our top programs. Of course, the fee structure is amongst the lowest in Canada, and we are a ranked university, top 15. For these two reasons, we are very attractive for students from all over the world. We receive application from over 100 countries, and all our programs are competitive programs, which means that we have limited seats for each program. So we encourage you to apply. However, I would just like to say that there is no guarantee of seat at the University of Regina in master's program. So if you submit your application, there is a chance that you can get accepted. For that, we have certain other requirements. You need to submit a WES evaluation. Okay, that is mandatory. IELTS requirement submission is required. Also, in some of our faculties, we need you, for example, in engineering, we need you to get in touch with one of the supervisors at the university, which is from the faculty. So you need to get onto the website of uregina.ca, open the faculty that you want to study, and write to the professor from the faculty. If they recommend you, then we will be happy to accept you at the university.
Excellent. And on that regard, I would like to add that University of Regina, unlike many other universities who actually abruptly sometimes end their application submission deadline, right? Or do not actually respect the own deadline that they have set. University of Regina does not actually do that. They do go by the whole process. They follow the process to the letters, and they do not abruptly close their intake. But yes, since the whole process is actually a bit rigorous, because there are multi steps involved. Once you apply for the offer letter, they are filtered in multiple steps, and ultimately the professors, they do see and they do filter, and they actually are the ones who select who they are going to accept, because the overall number of seats that are actually limited. So yes, the programs are very much competitive, but at the same time, given the low cost structure and given the better PR ratio and better approval ratio, to be honest, I do feel that this is a very good opportunity. We do have many successful clients from Westport, many Westportians that are already studying in University of Regina. And just for the people who have joined us late, I would just want to remember, as Sandeep and I were discussing, that University of Regina have come forward exclusively for the Bangladeshi market, targeting the Bangladeshi market with a very good amount of scholarship. So if your overall CGPA or overall GPA is above 90%. So our point scale is 5 in Bangla medium, as we say. So 5 মধ্যে overall GPA 5 মধ্যে 90% এর above মানে 5 লং 45, 4.5 GPA overall above. If your score is like that, you will be eligible for the scholarships. These scholarships, we have entrance scholarships as well, ranging starting from the 3,000 Canadian dollars and upwards. And upwards, it can go up to 80,000 CAD in value. Now, whether you will be able or you'll be eligible for the scholarships, that's the thing for the assessment and evaluation. Last night we were actually listening that one of the students already secured his scholarship, and even more exciting, I would say, that University of Regina, even though they have actually previously given us a very small number, they have actually given scholarship to a more number of Bangladeshi people and Bangladeshi students, which actually shows their caring nature to our Bangladeshi students. I'm going to take another question. Sharif Alam Jui, she asked that please share insights about credit transfer opportunities to University of Regina. We often do have undergrad students who have actually completed their first year or second year, let's say 30, 40 or 60 credits in Bangladeshi universities. And if they are at this current moment, they want to take the opportunity to join University of Regina, do you accept the credit transfer, and what are the things that the student need to know about it?
Absolutely. Thank you again for the question. So we do accept credit transfer, and we offer credit transfer to students for a maximum of up to 2 years. However, if you need to request for credit transfer, first you need to submit an application. Second, you need to get your transcript directly sent from the institution where you are studying your bachelor's program directly to the University of Regina. So, for example, you are studying at University of Dhaka. You need to get the transcript from the University of Dhaka either in a sealed envelope and send it by post to the University of Regina, or from you visit University of Dhaka, ask the registrar to send by email from their domain email to the University of Regina. We accept either way. Once we receive the transcript, we will issue the offer letter to you. Once you are accepted, you can request for credit transfer. We can offer a maximum of up to 2 years.
Up to 2 years. Or in terms of credit, is there any limitations, like up to after this much credit we are not going to accept, or up to this we are going to accept? Is there any this kind of limits as such?
No such limits as such. So you can be maybe in the 4th year of your bachelor's program as well. We will accept you, but maximum you will get is up to 2 years. So you'll have to minimum study 2 years at the University of Regina. If you are a student who has just completed high school, maybe back in 2017, and you want to come and study, you haven't studied after that, and you are looking to go and study abroad, we will accept you at the university. We do not have an issue with your gap. So you can submit your application with a clear gap explanation, what you have been doing since you completed your higher school and what you have been doing after completing high school.
Excellent. So since we have touched the study gap portion, I just wanted to let the audience know that University of Regina has been gracious enough, in particular in undergrad programs. Many a times we find students who have been trying for the public universities in Bangladesh, but or maybe due to medical reasons or any other reasons, they couldn't actually get themselves admitted in the preferred universities, right? And then they want to go abroad, and then they want to study abroad, but oftentimes study gap becomes an issue. In particular, what I have seen, since we have many applications, like if the gap is over 2 years, then the visa officers, even the Canadian visa officers, they actually see the things very strictly. And for particularly for this reason, the U15 universities or the top universities in Canada, they are also not that much inclined to extend the offer letters to the students. But University of Regina is not like that. They are not going to discriminate you like that. And they actually, for particularly for the undergrad level, even if you have 1 year or one and a half or 2 years of study gap, they will still provide you offer letter, and they will you can potentially, since University of Regina is one of the U15 universities, so you can still get there will be a very good chance for your visa ratio will be up. On that note, Sandeep, I just wanted to ask you that particularly undergrad students in each classes, how many students are there? If you could,
We have around 20
give some.
students, maximum up to 20 students, 20 to 22 students each class. That's the maximum number of students that we have. So we have small class sizes.
That means greater care, to be
Better, yes,
honest,
exactly.
quality over quantity.
Yes, usually like for specialized courses, we have like this, but maybe for some general courses, we could have a larger class. For example, it's a general business class where it's not very technical. We might have a larger class because it's to the larger audience, and that's not much technical knowledge to be shared. In that, we might have a theater-like surrounding where we might have a biggest group of students joining it. But if it's a technical class, then we would definitely have a smaller class size of 20 to 22 people maximum.
Excellent. We have another good question that I'd like to take. So, in our country, it takes time for the official transcripts to be published. Because once they announce the grades, after that the certificate issuance, it also takes some time. So if a student's required documents are ready alongside with the fund, then can the student apply without the 12th grade certificate, like for a conditional offer letter? Is it possible?
Definitely. So, for example, if you are a high school student who is just awaiting for your final grades to be published, you can submit your application based on your 10th, 11th, and 12th predicted score. And if you already have your IELTS, we would like to have them as well. And we will release the conditional offer. So we can reserve the seat for you. As soon as you have your 12th final grades, you can submit it with us, and we will release the full offer as soon as possible.
Excellent. Another thing I wanted to discuss, that what are the special benefits that the Westport can actually offer to the students, like in how many days? There are many students, even today I got actually 2 students who have completed their HSC in last year. So they are very much willing to apply for the January session. So if these students want to apply to University of Regina undergrad courses, if they apply by us, within how many days they can actually expect their offer letter to come?
Great question, Ashikur bhai. Usually, since being a public university, we have a timeline between 30 to 45 days for the offer letter. However, since you have been with us forever and we are focusing on Bangladesh, so I would say between 2 weeks' time is probably the best time we will be able to get, and we will try to get an offer letter just because you have been working with us for a long time. We'll try to get it as soon as possible. So, if you are a student interested in coming to study at the University of Regina, I would say go meet Ashikur bhai at Westford. He'll be able to guide you further, and we will try to get you the offer letter at the earliest.
এক্সেলেন্ট। সো সন্দীপ যেটা বলছে সেটা হচ্ছে যে যেহেতু ওদের স্ট্যান্ডার্ড সার্ভিস অথবা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড যে প্রসেসিং টাইম সেটা হচ্ছে যে 1 থেকে 1.5 মাস, কিন্তু ওয়েস্টপোর্টের মাধ্যমে যদি আপনি আমাদের কাছে এসে অ্যাপ্লাই করেন, অনেকের এখনো পর্যন্ত আছে। আজকে সকালেও আমি হচ্ছে যে দুজনের সাথে মিট করেছি যারা হচ্ছে যে এখনো পর্যন্ত অফার লেটার নাই, কিন্তু তারা এখনো কোনো পাবলিক ইউনিভার্সিটিতে যেহেতু চান্স পায় নাই, তারা কিন্তু যে কোনো একটা আন্ডারগ্রেড স্টাডিতে যেতে চাচ্ছে কানাডাতে। সো যদি ফান্ড রেডি থাকে, এখনো পর্যন্ত কিন্তু জানুয়ারি ইনটেক খোলা আছে। ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ রেজাইনার আন্ডারগ্রেডে জানুয়ারি ইনটেক এখনো খোলা আছে। সো কারো যদি ফান্ড রেডি থাকে, তার কিন্তু খুব দ্রুতই, এখন অক্টোবর মাসের আজকে 4 তারিখ, সো খুব দ্রুতই কিন্তু ভিসা অ্যাপ্লিকেশন সাবমিট করতে হবে। কিন্তু ভিসা অ্যাপ্লিকেশন সাবমিটের পূর্ব শর্ত হচ্ছে অফার লেটার থাকতে হবে। সো এখন যদি কেউ স্টিল জানুয়ারি ধরতে চায়, তাহলে কিন্তু আমাদের মাধ্যমে যদি অফার লেটার অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করে, সিন্স সন্দীপ ইজ হিয়ার, সো আলটিমেটলি আমরা কিন্তু একটু ফাস্টার ওয়েতে অফার লেটারটা এনে দেওয়ার ব্যবস্থা করতে পারবো। এবং ইট ইজ পসিবল যে এই মাসের মধ্যে অথবা নভেম্বরের ফার্স্ট উইকের মধ্যেও যদি ভিসা অ্যাপ্লিকেশন সাবমিশন করে, তাহলেও কিন্তু জানুয়ারি ইনটেক ধরা সম্ভব। অথবা যদি ফান্ড ম্যাচুরিটি না থাকে, সেক্ষেত্রে কেউ যদি হচ্ছে যে মে ইনটেকটা ধরতে চায়, খুব ইজিলি পসিবল, এবং সেক্ষেত্রে আমরা কিন্তু খুব ফাস্ট হচ্ছে যে এই অফার লেটার গুলো ইনশাল্লাহ আমরা সিকিউর করতে পারবো। At the same time, since even for the scholarships, there are certain rules for the intake, so these things the students also, I believe, that need to be mindful. So being late is no option, to be honest, because the competition is so huge. The whole Bangladesh is going to be on this going to try to take this opportunity. So I would actually like to what would be your message for the prospective students, to be honest, who want to take this opportunity?
So if you're looking to come and study at the university in January, I would say apply at the earliest. As I said, you need time, sufficient time to get the offer letter, and sufficient time to apply for your visa and begin in January. If you're looking for the scholarship, we have the deadline October 31st for submission of your application in order to qualify for the scholarship. So just do it at the earliest so that you at least get into the draw. If you get it, well and good. Otherwise, you still have the admission and you'll be able to come and study at the university for the January intake. Good part about it, if you, just in case, worst case scenario, if you're not able to make it for January, the same offer letter at the University of Regina is applicable for May intake as well. So you do not need to submit a separate application. The same offer is valid for May intake.
Which is a great opportunity, to be honest. Even many Canadian colleges, they charge extra, or they charge another time the application charge for a deferred offer letter. But University of Regina issues offer letters which are valid for 3 consecutive semesters, to be honest. And if any of the students, they miss in any particular intake, they can always catch up the next intake without having to take any deferred offer letter, or without having to wait for the university's response to take another offer letter. Which itself is actually a big provides a big flexibility to the students. Sandeep, thank you so much for giving us the time, and we really appreciate you coming to our office, and we really appreciate you inviting us last night to meet with the respected Vice Chancellor and other University of Regina staff. The meeting has been really fruitful, and we really appreciate your overall focus towards overall Bangladeshi market. I do believe Bangladesh has very good supply of authentic genius students. Today morning, one of my students actually got passport, and after getting the passport, receiving the passport from BFS, he came to meet with me. He is going to University of Calgary, and he has an overall IELTS of 8. So there are plenty good students who are actually not in the financially favorable side. University of Regina, I do believe, presents a very exquisite offer in terms of financial flexibility and in terms of opportunity, because in most cases what we see that whichever universities who are offering these financial flexibilities are not that much high in ranking. But this is not the case for University of Regina. They are U15. That means in undergrad level, they are one of the top 15 universities in Canada, and the students can take advantage of the extremely good study quality, extremely good dorm and meal facilities, and overall ending up with the PR prospect, overall ending up with a very good future life and career. I do believe the prospective HSC batch coming up next within 1 or 2 months, their result will be published, and I do believe that University of Regina will be they are one of the top choices, and we will make sure that with the help of Westport, your total journey, starting from the obtaining the offer letters towards completing an impeccable visa application to success, to make sure that success is your way. We will continue we will accompany all the students along the journey. Thank you so much, Sandeep, for your time, and thank you for your continued cooperation, to be honest.
Thank you, Ashikar Bhai, for your support and Westport for your continued support for the University of Regina. We look forward to receiving quality students and application in the coming intakes. Just one final point, for all the audience, our tuition deposit is only Canadian $500. So if you get accepted, the only deposit you need to make is only Canadian $500, and you can submit your visa application, which is basically another good point for you as well. So thank you, Ashikur Bhai. Thank you very much for having me
Thank
today,
you, Sandeep,
and
for your time.
It was a pleasure
The
meeting you
pleasure was all
yesterday.
mine. Thank you.
Until next time, I will hope to
Until
see you
next
soon
time.
again. Thank you.
Hope to see you
Bye
soon.
bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.